Welcome to today's lecture on nutrition and allergies, from tradition to modern science. I'm Dr. Layla, and today we will explore how food allergies have developed over time, why they're becoming more common, and what we can do about it, especially here in Oman. Let's start by talking about food. In the past, we didn't think much about food allergies. I could bring dishes like kebsa, helwa, or Omani bread to a dinner without much concern. But today, food allergies and intolerances seem to be much more common. So why is this happening? Is it really a new problem, or have we just become more aware of it? To understand this, we first need to define food allergies and food intolerances. A food allergy happens when your immune system overreacts to a tiny amount of a certain food, causing symptoms like itching, swelling, or even serious reactions like restricted breathing. A food intolerance, on the other hand, is not life-threatening, but it can still cause discomfort like stomach pain or bloating. It doesn't trigger an immune response like an allergy does, but it can still be uncomfortable. In recent years, we have seen a rise in food allergies. More people, including children and adults, are allergic to foods like peanuts, eggs, and dairy. This wasn't as common in the past. So why is this happening? This trend isn't unique to here. It's happening globally. One reason is the hygiene hypothesis. This theory suggests that in very clean environments, children's immune systems may not be exposed to enough bacteria and germs when they are young. As a result, the immune system may become too sensitive and start reacting to harmless foods like nuts or eggs. However, in environments where people spend more time outdoors, interact with animals, or are exposed to different kinds of microbes, allergies tend to be less common. This could be because the immune system has been exposed to a wider range of microorganisms which helps it develop properly. Just like we learned earlier, correlation does not equal causation. Spending time outdoors doesn't directly prevent allergies, but it helps the immune system develop in a way that reduces the risk. In countries where people live in a mix of urban and more natural environments, like here, children often have the opportunity to spend time outdoors, which may help reduce the risk of developing allergies. So, encouraging children to play outside and get exposed to nature might actually be beneficial in preventing allergies. Another important factor in the rise of allergies is when we introduce certain foods to children. When I first started working as a doctor, we were taught to wait before giving foods like eggs, peanuts, or dairy to young children. We thought this would reduce the risk of allergies, but recent research shows that it's actually better to introduce these foods earlier, around 6 to 12 months of age, which lowers the chance of developing an allergy later on. If there is no strong family history of allergies, it's generally safe to introduce a variety of these foods at an early age. Now, let's consider traditional foods in our culture. Dishes like helwa, Omani bread, and dangu, which means chickpeas, are not just delicious, they are part of our heritage. Exposing children to these foods earlier, when they're developing, can help their immune systems adjust and reduce the risk of food allergies. Growing up, my mother would always prepare such dishes the traditional way for us to share, even if it took time. Today we're learning that these traditional foods can also play a role in building our children's health. In many countries, the rise in allergies has been linked to changes in lifestyle, diet, and environment. For example, the increase in processed foods and reduced dietary diversity may also play a role. By returning to traditional whole foods and encouraging outdoor activities, we can take steps to address this issue. In summary, the rise in food allergies is a growing concern, but there are steps we can take to prevent them. Encouraging children to spend time outdoors, engage with nature, and try a wide range of traditional foods at an early age can help their immune systems build tolerance and reduce the risk of allergies. If there is a strong family history of allergies, it's always a good idea to consult with a healthcare provider before introducing new foods. Thank you for joining today's lecture. We've discussed how allergies are becoming more common and how understanding nutrition and traditional practices can help manage these changes. So, whether it's kebsa, showa, or dangu, traditional foods have a vital place in our diets, as long as we're aware of how to introduce them safely. As we continue to embrace modern science, let's not forget the wisdom of our traditions. Together, they can help us build a healthier future.